Let's go.
Oh, hello and welcome to Hidden Existence. Hope everybody's doing all right out there tonight. We've got a great show tonight, an international even show tonight. Well, first of all, coming all the way from Texas is co-hosting with me is Tex. How are you doing, Tex?
Doing good, Danielle. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, Guest tonight coming all the way from Mar del Plata in Buenos Aires in Argentina.
Mar del Plata.
I'm sorry, I
Mm.
tried. Um, They are brothers, Jorge and Sergio Salinas. Um, Calcagno. Sorry, I didn't
Hi.
work on the names. But guys, I'm so glad you're here tonight. Um, you are your brother Jorge is an a explorer and author of the Great Ape Project Advisory in Spain. He's been studying werewolves, chupacabras,
Yes.
animal mutilations, has had experiences.
Mhm.
Sergio is going to translate for his brother Jorge tonight. I want you guys, please, to be a little bit patient because this is a kind of different show. We don't normally do this like this, but these guys have been trying to get them on for a long time now. We're finally here tonight. We're doing it. I'm
Mhm.
going to give them the floor to
Yes.
present what Jorge has been working for the last 20 years. We'll ask questions along the way. But guys, welcome to Hidden Existence. I'm so glad you could make it.
Thank you very much, Daniela.
You're welcome.
Me
I'm
saluda,
gonna.
hizo toda una presentación.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
So tell me how
We
it all
wish
started. I will
to
let you.
thank you
I will
very
let you
much.
start.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry, still got a little bit of a delay. I'm sure it's going to catch up, but I'm going to
Yes.
give you the floor, Sergio, you and your brother, to explain to us what's going
Nos va
on
a dar el
and your
tiempo
brother's
para
experiences.
explicar, claro. Claro, para que nosotros expliquemos tu experiencia.
Bueno,
Así que podés empezar nomás, Jorge.
bueno, le agradecemos la posibilidad
Okay.
de exponer y
We wish
nosotros
to thank you the opportunity that you give us.
y,
Sí.
y esta teoría sabemos que podemos herir sentimientos de gente que sea muy primatóloga al tema Bigfoot.
And he said that maybe with this theory we can hurt some feelings of people that is really like a primatologist or people that believes that some of these animals are hominids.
Pero en sí todos buscamos la verdad. Y
But
no,
for the end, everyone is trying to get the truth. This is the important.
Yeah.
bien, entonces podemos explicar antes de llegar a la teoría, antes de empezar la teoría, vamos a explicar
We
por
can
qué
explain before begin to the theory. We can explain why
que es necesario darle mucha mayor
mhm,
importancia en la investigación a la paleontología.
he said it's really necessary to give the importance that means the paleontology.
Por la búsqueda de cualquier especie actual, tenemos que saber que tenemos
By the
una
searching of every species of the actuality, we must know,
estamos obligados a
debemos saber,
considerar, claro,
mhm,
y
and
considerar
consider it,
las probabilidades con respecto a
the
especies recientes,
probabilities about
consider-
recent species
recientes, consideradas extintas recientemente.
that was considered extinct recently.
Okay, yeah. So you're looking into things that were once considered extinct, but your brother believes with
Yes, we know that
reports
this isn't like,
that
yeah.
that there's something going on from the Ice Age.
Los reportes
See,
del pie grande o Sasquatch son múltiples, miles.
that
Sí, hasta ahí
the
estamos de
reports
acuerdo.
of the Sasquatch and Bigfoot, there are thousands, millions maybe. Mm.
Okay.
Hasta ahí estamos de acuerdo. Perfecto.
See,
Bueno,
yeah, we agree
eh,
that.
el problema se presenta en que no hay registros de grandes primates en América. No existen.
The problem is that didn't exist fossil registers of hominids in North America. No one.
Okay.
That's because
En toda
they,
América,
they were not originary from America.
The
Le
Sasquatch.
digo que no son originarios de América. The
Claro.
Sasquatch, yes, that's because of the theories of
claro,
the
que,
researchers of USA.
Okay.
que las diferentes denominaciones, tanto en Norteamérica, Centroamérica o Sudamérica,
Mhm.
de la especie bípeda peluda de gran tamaño, sabemos que se corresponde
The
a una
different
especie.
names, yeah, the different names that you can hear on all over America, from South, Center, and North America, names and characteristics are of the same species. Is the same species all over America.
Entonces, estamos hablando de
Continúa.
una población, estamos hablando de una población americana.
We are talking about a population in all over America.
Okay.
La especie con registros más recientes y la probabilidad de ser tanto bípedo como cuadrúpedo son los perezosos terrestres
Yes.
o megatherios.
The species more recent with the registers of paleontologists is the ground sloth, so-called jungle sloths.
Okay.
They are considered extinct 10,000 years ago by the science.
Right.
Y los registros son bastante recientes. Eso aclararlo.
And the registers are so recent. The registers that we had now, some of them is 2,400 years ago, not 10,000. Le explico que hay algunos de 2.400, no de 10.000 años.
Claro, pero del Caribe, 2400, para que no confunda.
This is in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean. Okay.
Los mamíferos más grandes que existieron en el Caribe fueron también perezosos terrestres. Y el registro corresponde a
The mammals
2400
more
al
bigger
Caribe.
of the Caribbean was to the ground sloths.
Right.
En el continente, hasta el momento, los registros son
In the
más
continent,
antiguos.
until now, the registers are more in the past. There are more antiques.
Claro, hablamos de 8.000 y hay unos trabajos de unos paleontólogos que están haciendo un trabajo muy reciente, que todavía no los finalizaron, que comentaron de 6.000, 6.500 años.
There
en
exist
Sudamérica.
some registers from paleontologists that says that confirms an existence of 6,000 years ago, at least.
Wow. That's the giant sloth.
Claro.
That's
Entonces,
the giant sloth,
Mhm.
the bad-named giant sloth. Le digo que están mal llamados perezosos, sí.
claro, eso es un error de denominación
Mm.
por la
This is
comparación de los
an
perezosos de árboles.
denomination error because of the comparison with the tree sloths of the trees
Okay.
that you
Pequeños de
can
árbol.
see.
Claro.
Yeah, the
Que,
little ones. Mm.
que son primo hermanos.
They are parents. They are
Claro,
cousins.
Right. Okay. Relations. Yeah.
claro. Pero el
Yeah,
terrestre,
they're
los,
relation. Mm.
los terrestres son absolutamente rápidos y quizás los más rápidos y más fuertes que conozcamos de estos últimos siglos.
But the no slots of the trees. The ground
Ground
sloths,
sloth.
they are
Okay.
really fast. Yeah, the ground sloth, they are really fast. They are not of slow movements. They are really fast. The most fast animals of ever we can see.
Wow. Okay.
Esto fue,
This
cambió mi pensamiento después del contacto o
this
los
change
avistamientos en el
his
Amazonas
thinking after his contact in the Amazonas
con esta especie.
with this species.
Realmente fue
Sí,
sorprendente ver un
que yo lo
animal
voy pasando.
bípedo. Esa sorpresa de entender que existían unos animales bípedos que realmente se consideran extintos, esto cambió la forma de pensar y por eso iniciamos las investigaciones años después.
He said that the surprising that they are look when you look at them walking on two legs and the speed and everything that they do that he could see on the Amazonas, it makes change his mind, his thinking about the existence of this. That
Bien.
Has he ever seen any evidence of giant lemurs surviving?
see, sorry, I didn't listen clear.
Has he ever seen
Me
any
está
evidence
preguntando.
of giant lemurs along with the giant sloths?
Giant lemurs. Dice si se han encontrado de las mismas evidencias de lémures gigantes, giant
No,
lemurs.
lémures gigantes en
No,
América no existen.
in America no,
Es
because the
Madagascar que
lemur
existe.
is from Africa. Yeah,
No,
it's Madagascar.
Madagascar, sí. Madagascar.
Mm. Yeah.
En América, esa especie no es americana.
This is not a slot.
¿Continuamos? ¿O pregunta?
Continuemos.
Entonces, lo que nosotros tratamos con esta teoría, sabemos que vamos a herir sentimientos de gente que hace muchos años que están buscando un gran primate.
Yeah, we know that with this theory, we are confronting some people that think other things about these animals. Yes, we know it.
Puedo nombrar 3 primatólogos de los que más se conocen: Mireya Mayer, John Rush Sniper
You cannot
y
talk
Jeff
about Mireya
Meldrum.
Meyer, Chef Meldrum,
Sí,
etc.
y
There are
Russell
many
Nardo,
of them.
o sea, que son primatólogos, pero yo les
They are
apostaría que,
primatologists.
claro, el tema es,
Sí.
podemos
But they
casi
are
apostar.
searching on the wrong way. Yes. Les digo que están en el camino equivocado.
Claro,
From our perspective.
claro,
We are not the own of the truth. No
claro,
somos los dueños de la verdad.
claro. Pero que las pisadas hasta ahora que han mostrado pentadígitas se corresponden a osos.
But the paths of the 5 fingers that they present, this is corresponds with bears, not with sloth.
Okay.
Y nosotros consideramos que bueno sería que interpreten
We
esto,
consider that it's good to interpret this.
Inclusive consideren el video ese, ¿cómo le denominás vos? El video de Canadá.
Big Red.
Claro.
Big Red. Yeah, he said that you may consider it to see on a straight way the video from Canada, the Big Red one of Sean, ¿cómo es que se llama?
¿El que lo tradujo o el otro?
Nombre
el
del canadiense.
The red.
Sí, el que lo grabó.
The red Bigfoot, do you mean?
The Big Red.
Sí.
Was it Timberland?
Yes, it's a video from Canada.
Is it Timberland?
Bigfoot.
Timberland giant Bigfoot, yeah.
Timberjump.
Okay.
Timberjump.
I think it's Timberland
Bigfoot.
giant, isn't it?
This is a real video of Timberjump Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So is the name.
Yeah,
This
I know the
video, if you look really well, you know that you are seeing the animal from the back, not in front. You're not seeing a head, you're just seeing a hump. And back of this, you can see a little the head back.
From the side, yeah.
Not in front. It's not in front. That's the problem. The people don't know what to see and think other things. This is the problem.
Porque
this is a real good video.
Eso hasta el momento es lo mejor en la internet que se ha encontrado con respecto a la especie y que eso es perezoso terrestre. Eso que muestra ahí con la cría es perezoso
This
terrestre.
is the better video that you can show and see and to prove this in
a legitimate
all over the internet. All over the internet. It's the best.
Porque después el video Patterson no vale ni la pena discutirlo.
The Patterson glimmer is not true. It's not a true video.
No.
Which one?
No, for example.
So Patterson and Gimbel film is fake?
You don't think the Patterson is true?
Patterson and Gimbel, yeah. You know it. You saw it.
Yeah. Why don't you think that's true? A real? What do you think is a fake?
This is not a real. This is a fake. Yes. This is a man es un hombre in a suite.
It's a man in a suite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Why does he think that though? I mean, a lot of people will disagree. I mean, some people don't believe it. What do you base?
Dice que hay mucha gente que cree, mucha que no. ¿Por qué nosotros lo vemos de esa manera?
Bueno, podríamos dar detalles explicativos, ¿no? Con respecto a muchos análisis.
We can give you details about some analysis.
Es que el movimiento de las masas musculares, esos que dicen que las masas musculares al moverse, la postura, la forma de caminar corresponde a un hombre moderno.
The way when we walk, when he walks, It's
marcaba,
clear that this man is not a primate.
mar-
No.
A
It's
primate.
not a monkey. No, no,
y,
no.
y,
The
y
work
en el,
of a minute is really different. Mm,
y en el rostro no
mm.
sabían cómo ocuparse en la zona nasal, porque ponían
Claro,
todo el
in the
pelo en la
face
zona nasal, la dejaron
mm,
pelada.
was
La ver-
all the hair around, and it was clean of hair, have nothing. You can see that is not true.
ya,
It's not
ya,
Okay.
real. Mm.
ya. Eh,
For example,
y lo
in
más
our
importante,
perspective,
y lo más
mm,
importante,
and the most important, mm, mm,
no existe el menor registro paleontológico de homínidos grandes o grandes primates. No existe nada.
didn't
Por ende, no,
exist the minimal register of paleontologists uh, that
eh, eh,
can see, that can say
eh,
us that are hominids in
eh,
America.
no se puede
There
ni
are no
mezclar
one.
con nardentales siquiera, se puede mezclar.
Even
Well,
you
I'm sure
can
that will.
mix with
Yeah.
Neanderthals. No, it's not possible.
No.
But
Eh,
all over America is full of fossils of ground sloth. It's full. There were really exitosos,
¿qué digo?
exitosos. Voy a poner
So there's
porque
been
esa
lots of
palabra
fossils found of the giant sloths.
successful, successful, the most successful after the dinosaurs, because they have 60 million years of evolution.
Hmm. Okay.
They're
So the most successful
really
finds
old.
are the giant
ni,
sloths.
Ujú.
ni siquiera tampoco,
Claro, lo
ni
más
tam-
que podemos encontrar son esas muestras, ¿sí?
ya, tampoco ni siquiera se puede mencionar, asociarlo al Gigantopithecus, que era asiático
Mm,
y no había
claro.
forma. Claro,
Even some
es
of
un error.
them say that can be Gigantopithecus, that is Asian, from Asia. And no, we got all over the world only a mandible of one of them and have nothing more at all on the world.
Okay.
It's not possible. The registers are really almost
Ya.
nothing,
Y
casi
porque
nada.
buscamos una población continental, que existe y está, que
And
se ha
that
llamado de diferentes
we
maneras,
are searching for a continental population. Mm, Seguí.
que nadie podría imaginar que el chupacabras es la misma especie, por ejemplo.
And nobody can imagine that the chupacabra is the same species. Nobody.
No.
But what? I can, dejas que le explique algo.
Mm.
I can explain you some of this for you to see better.
Hmm.
It's like dog. You know the dog races is okay. The
Different
kinds
breeds. Yeah.
of the different breeds. Okay, you know they are bigger, smaller, with
Hmm.
a whole more big, more flat,
The muzzles. Yeah.
with hair, without hair.
Hmm.
Yeah, anything that you know about the difference. There are thousand. Okay, with these animals is the same, exactly the same. They are all different. That's
The
because you
chupacabra.
got testimonies from Estados Unidos, United States, that are bigger, hairier, and in Puerto Rico they had no hair. They are little, 1 meter, 1 meter 20. That's because they are subspecies, many subspecies almost 100 subspecies. Te estoy
Wow.
explicando de las distintas subespecies y las diferencias entre ellos, para que lo entiendan, como los perros. ¿Te das
Claro.
cuenta?
Y que una adaptación tropical, lógicamente, que quizás no sea ya ahora tan peludo como va a ser la especie norteamericana o sudamericana.
Claro, because of an adaptation, a tropical adaptation, they maybe have no more hair on the skin because of the weather. Yeah,
Climate, yeah.
because of the weather, the evolution. This is evolution, natural evolution. We are talking about things that we must evidence.
La especie
Not fantastic.
La especie que colonizó el Caribe es de menor tamaño.
The species of the Caribbean is smaller, not so tall like in the United States or in the Amazonas. No.
Claro. Entonces, si nosotros juntáramos todos los nombres, vamos a dar algunos ejemplos, ya que hay tiempo.
If we join all the names, we can see
el Skinwalker, Rougarou, Wolfman, Dogman, el Mogollón Monster, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Fouke Monster, Monster del Lago Champ. Estaríamos hablando que cada uno sería una especie.
Jersey Devil.
One species, but many names.
Yeah, the Wolfman, Werewolf, Lobizón, Chupacabra, Curupirá. There are a lot of names all over America, from Tierra del Fuego into Canada, Alaska. There are a lot of names.
Todas esas denominaciones
en
realidad son de la misma especie.
Are from the same species. All of them.
Nosotros consideramos que debe haber 5 o 6 especies de perezosos terrestres
that must have been
por su diferente aspecto.
5 or 6 species of ground sloths of different aspects.
En continente y 2 en el Caribe.
In the continent and 2 as many even in the Caribbean. At least 2 in the Caribbean. That corresponds in the Caribbean with the Megalochnus, Acratochnus. There are different names of ground sloths that exist there.
Yeah.
So we can talk specifically about names: Megatherium, Milodon, Megalonyx, so many different Elidopterium. They are hundreds of names.
Yeah.
Of real names of them, not these fantastic names that the people put on them.
Just to be clear, are we saying, because I'm kind of lost here, are we saying that Bigfoot or Sasquatch is actually a ground sloth? That's what we're misidentifying?
Eso, claro. Ellos dicen que también están llegando como un poco a esa conclusión, me parece, por lo que dicen. Yeah, we say that you are gonna to be clear and say like us that they are ground sloths.
Inclusive, allá, tanto como acá, están los casos relacionados con desapariciones de personas y las mutilaciones de ganado.
There are so many cases
con esta especie.
With, yes, that are joined the cases of other avistamientos. Se me van las palabras. Sorry.
Mutilaciones de ganado y desapariciones de personas con esta especie. Que es importante, ¿verdad?
Sightings. there are many sightings, and these is sightings and stories that people talk about them. They are joined with the disappearance of people and the cattle mutilation and the animal mutilation, because the problem is with more than one species of animals that are mutilated. The goats,
it's a different.
the cows,
Yeah.
yeah, bears, dogs, kitchens, and all this because of different um, son diferentes los que lo producen, ¿no? Son diferentes, they are different subspecies, and they have not the same like to for it. Me pongo nervioso, me pierdo.
They look different.
Presas. They look different, and they get different dams. They get different dams.
That
One
different what?
and get claro. Yeah, one prefer a goat, another a cow. So
Right. Okay.
we lost
Okay.
Jorge.
Lost your brother. Yeah. Hopefully he'll come back.
Yeah.
You sent me ages ago the theory and the images. I mean, it's behind you now. That's the original giant sloth. Here we go.
Yes, this is.
Let's see if I can share it now. I might even have it.
The banner of the book that we wrote. You can see him. This is the Bigfoot of Amazonas, of the Amazonas. Yeah,
The Bigfoot of the Amazon is the giant sloth.
Yeah,
is your theory there?
the giant sloth.
Okay, yeah. It looks big there. So people will say,
yeah, it's
what
really
evidence?
big.
What evidence do we have? What do we have in evidence that can help
Sí,
with the
¿cómo
with your
podemos
brother's
hacer para
theory?
conseguir la evidencia, para sustentar la teoría?
Nosotros estamos esperando que el paleontólogo Greg McDonald, que es uno de los principales especialistas a nivel mundial y es norteamericano, pueda analizar los
We are waiting for Greg McDonald, that is a paleontologist from USA,
Okay.
who's the bigger paleontologist of the world, and we are waiting for some evidence that will send him. Y la estamos esperando que nos dé los resultados.
Estás hablando en español.
Yeah, to know about these resultados.
Yeah, for the fossils.
Me estoy grabando.
So, for those of us that go out and research, or those of us that go out in the field, is there anything? Because I mean, all this time we've been looking for
aquellos que están en el campo.
Is there anything that we should, any way we should shift our focus and have better luck if we're looking for a ground sloth?
¿De qué manera shepherds? Sorry. Porque no le entiendo lo que me dice.
Pregúntale de vuelta.
I think he's still trying to find a word.
Tiene el micrófono.
Please, ask me again. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. If we are out looking for Bigfoot.
Si estamos fuera mirando y buscando a Bigfoot.
But we've been basing our research on Bigfoot being a primate.
Sí. Claro, si pensamos que estamos
hace varios años
que buscan.
Is there anything that we should do differently if we shift our focus to the ground sloth theory.
Claro, si tenemos que hacer otra cosa diferente para buscar un ground sloth, un perezoso. Yeah, I understand. Porque él me dice, si los que están buscando a Bigfoot, que están pensando que son primates, necesitan cambiar la búsqueda, hacer algo distinto. Yes, they must do something different. Yo le digo que sí, que ellos tienen que hacer varias cosas diferentes.
La primordial es que esta especie, en su adaptación, reconoce el olor humano.
The first thing that you must know is that these species recognize the other of the human, the other of the human. ¿Y qué más?
The other of the human. What do you mean the human?
Eso ya lo hace difícil.
And this
eso ya
is
hace más difícil la aproximación.
Trouble in the moment for searching and for approximating to them.
Okay.
Pero ahora existe mucha tecnología y hay uno que está en directo que puso cámaras, el de Monter Quest, puso cámaras que la está transmitiendo en vivo las 24 horas. Lo estaba mirando yo por Facebook.
He said that now
instaló cámaras.
So much technology, and with cams, there are people searching, and they can do something, no, something better. No. The first thing you must know is be careful when you search for these animals, because they are not friendly. They are not friendly. We are the victims in his hands. We die on his hand. And that's because disappeared so much people in the national parks in USA. You know David Paulides.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to him. He make a real good investigation about the disappearances, and that's right what he said. The wrong is the theory that he had, but the investigation is real good.
Okay.
Le digo de David Paulides sobre la investigación, las desapariciones en Estados Unidos en los parques nacionales, que está bien.
Claro. Sí, sí. Y acá en Sudamérica ocurre exactamente lo mismo. O sea,
here in South America, it's occurring the same thing. We got disappearances, dead men, women, grandpa, babies, de todo, all we got, and they are really problematic because the justice search for human responses, not animal. They didn't know about how they did do that. The holes that you can see on the animals when are mutilated, the holes, they seems like ¿cómo es que te dice? Una puñalada.
Stabber. El apuñalador es stabber.
Like a stab. They seem like a stab. Here, they seems like a stab.
Like a stab, right? Okay.
The researchers confuse this evidence. And when they note that there is not blood on the place, cuando no hay sangre en el lugar, they can say that you killed him outside, in other side, and put on here. Then And this is not like this. These animals suck the blood and liquids, not only blood, liquids and organs. If they can, they do that. They talk out the organs. Que sacan extraen los órganos al succionar también. So this is really strange, but this is occurring.
Okay.
And with people too, not only with animals.
Yeah.
Y aunque parezca, le a decir que aunque parezca increíble, quizás la evidencia reciente esté en algún pequeño museo que no tiene los recursos para los análisis y sea realmente.
He said maybe the proof that we need is in some museum that had not the opportunity for show this or didn't know that have this proof.
Let's just go back a second to Bigfoot, because I know people are saying, "How do you when we see the sloth, it looks like it's got 3 toes, or it's got very long claws." Yeah. What did your brother think about the prints that we find from Bigfoot, which are very long, with all the toes? How do you explain that? The foot tracks that people find.
The track.
The footprints, yeah.
I didn't understand. The footprints, sí,
footprints,
hablas de las huellas, the footprints, yeah.
Yeah. And with the sloth, it has like.
¿Cómo puedes explicar cómo hacen la huella el sloth, del ground sloth? Claro, cómo son las huellas del Megatherium. They are really different. They are not like footprints.
Sí. Por ende tienen grandes garras en manos y pies. Estamos por ahí.
They got bigger claws on hands and foot. They got big claws.
Pero no son pentadígitos. No tienen 5 dedos.
They're not 5.
Hay de 3 y de 4.
No, they're 3
Hay de
or
3
4.
y de 4.
No more. 3
okay.
or 4. No more.
So what can be leaving the 5-toe prints then that they're finding in America and Canada? How do you what creature is leaving those?
Que hace esas pisadas que se muestran en Estados Unidos, esas de las pentas, los cinco dedos, ¿qué pensás?
Hay gente que convive con osos, pero no sabe que los osos son plantígrados, igual que los humanos. Pueden caminar en 2 patas tranquilamente.
Live within bears and didn't know that the bears can walk like human and make that thinking.
I don't know if people will agree with that. But, I mean, they've took casts. Well, they've took casts that look clearly like a primate, not a bear. I mean, Tex. I mean, you know better than me what a bear like.
We know.
Igualmente,
I'm going to try and find some tracks.
We know that some tracks that we found are bears.
Sabemos que son.
They'll double step.
Algunas son de doble step, la doble pisada del oso, dice. Ellos saben que es así.
But we find these big human-like footprints in areas that there are no bears. So,
dice que ellos encuentran esas grandes y que en lugares donde no hay osos. So,
A ver, no escuché bien.
claro, que él dice
Gracias.
que ellos saben que hay donde los osos dejan la doble pisada, que parece grande, una pisada grande, y que es distinta a la que encuentran en otros lugares, donde hay pisadas realmente grandes y que son con 5 dedos y demás, y en lugares donde no existen osos.
Bueno, primero vamos a tomar un punto. Dígale,
We
decirle a
got to
Tech
take
que,
first a point.
bueno, Daniela también,
Mm,
a Daniela
sí.
también, que
To Daniela too. Yeah.
no es la importancia científica la pisada. No prueba nada.
There is not
A ver, de 3 o 5 dedos
scientific
no prueba.
importance of the print.
No.
On the print. There is
Lo que va a
not
importar
importance.
es
What is important
la evidencia genética.
is the
Genética.
evidence of genetic evidence. This
De
is
pelos,
important.
huesos, excrementos.
If we can have a hair, a bone, etc. This
Porque
is important.
una
Here
pisada
in
u otra
Argentina, we have a case,
no sabe.
and we are trying to find this evidence. It's a cloud, for example. We are trying to take it. Le digo que acá en Argentina estamos tratando de
Sabemos
ubicar una
que
garra.
Because I've personally
hay
seen
gente,
Dice
I've
que él
seen
personalmente,
in daylight.
mm,
I've seen a dog man within 20 feet run across the road.
sí,
I've
Dogman,
had two Sasquatch sightings, daylight sightings.
you see them.
claro.
Parece que él es un testigo, que
¿Me vas a
él los ha
explicar?
visto.
¿Que ha
Sí,
visto qué? ¿Que ha visto qué?
you see a dogman
¿Pisada o
and two
a dogman?
Bigfoot. The pats. Dice que ha visto las pisadas y
Vio el
mostró
dogman?
la
No
foto.
entendí
¿Viste
qué.
una fotito? Del Dogman y de Bigfoot.
Las pisadas.
Sí.
Bueno, las pisadas. Volvemos a lo mismo. O sea, las pisadas no sabemos si alguien las fabrica o no. No es el indicativo, no es la evidencia.
The
La
problem
evidencia hay
is
que buscarla
if we
por el lado
know
genético.
this is real or not, if somebody make it or not. This is
Podríamos
give a place to
pensar diferente.
think that it is true. It isn't true. Maybe. I know you
Todas las
can
búsquedas.
see, and I know you see. If you tell me, I see that who knows who do this of is
Todos los buscadores.
if it is real. Every researcher, sí.
Well, I mean, yeah,
tienen,
people are finding prints, aren't they? Lots of people are finding prints, making casts. I mean, they have dermal ridges on, which is, you know, it's a lot of effort to kind of fake it. But like, you know, you're saying these
hay muchos que hacen fake.
look different. Let's talk about your brother's sightings, his encounters, and what he was seeing.
Okay. Bueno. Dice que si querés, si podés contar un poco de tu encuentro, cómo fue, para especificar un poco los detalles. Se nos fue.
Claro, bueno, acá el tema es que hay muchos que están viviendo de esto. Lo han hecho un comercio.
Claro, he said the problem with this is that there is a lot of people that is living of this and they're taking money, etc., etc. Alienígenas, ancient aliens, etc., etc. Programs, shows, everything. This. And this is the problem because all this tertiarized tergiverses the things.
I think there's some of that, but
and we must.
I'm just saying, I think there's some of that, but there's some very genuine people out there that have had experiences, and they know a lot of hunters who know animals, and they know what they've seen, and they know they've found tracks. I mean, maybe there's something else out there that you're not aware of.
Ha visto.
I mean, I don't know. I know your brother studied a lot, but there's a lot of people who will disagree with you, and there is people making money, but there's also a lot of people who are very serious about this.
Yes, I know.
Just out of interest, yeah. I mean, I'm happy to listen to anybody, of course, and there'll never ever, there'll always be disagreements. But that's the great thing, is that we can discuss it.
Claro, lo importante es la búsqueda.
I had a series of. Sorry, I'll let you speak. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
Bueno, mirá, es como en todos. Hay diferentes grupos, como si estuvieran buscando diferentes especies. ¿Cierto?
Claro, there are different groups all over America searching for different, like different animals or species or something like this. That is the truth. There are different groups thinking different. ¿Qué más?
Y bueno, algunos están venden libros y conferencias nomás, más que búsqueda.
Some of them, they are doing business. This is the problem.
Y otros grupos.
I want to make sure. First off, I respect all the research that he's done. I really do, and he's put a lot of work into it. I'm open to anything. I research out in the field, and I've had many encounters.
Él es un researcher del campo.
I have not seen any evidence of any sloths, but I don't know what I'm looking for when it comes to looking for sloths.
Claro, no sé cómo buscar a un sloth, no sé qué es buscar un sloth. Claro, yes, I understand you.
If he can tell us what to look for, maybe we can.
Dice,
maybe there's
que nos diga cómo luce, cómo se ve. Quizás así ellos puedan interpretarlo mejor. Yes, it's okay.
Lo que está parado atrás tuyo puede cambiar la coloración. Puede tener rayas. Que observe.
Is the animal.
Bueno,
it's a big one.
Y que observe el video de Canadá.
Mm.
Que observe el video de Canadá. Que observe el video, que mire los detalles de ese video. Decirle a este hombre.
He said, look at the video of Timberjam Bigfoot and you look at ground sloth. So I say, there are taller. The Bigfoot is taller than others because of the subspecies. This is a megalonyx. The megalonyx is a medium and big sized specimen, and they have claws. They are hairy, really hairy, and they got a color. The color is brown red, like red. If you see some anteaters, you saw some anteater anyway?
I saw what?
Anteater.
I know what it. Yeah, I've seen them.
Anteater.
We don't have them here.
You look at the hair of the anteater. Is this similar? Because they are parents. They are parents. And they are Senartras. The Senartras are the sloths anteaters, and armadillos. The three groups of the Senatrans. The relation, they are related.
So,
¿Qué más podemos
where
decir
does
de estos animales?
what does he think about gigantic pithecus?
¿Qué es lo que le parece
extinct?
sobre el Gigantopithecus? Yes, I understand. The
No
Gigantopithecus
tiene
is
nada que
a
ver.
species that is from Asia. We had only one mandible found in the 34 or 35, and nothing more. No, they got no one other registro of this. No hay ningún otro registro de eso. So it's really difficult that it can be walking on USA or Canada. We don't think so. We don't think so. Because if you want to do a real good investigation from the science, you must to take the paleontology for know all the beings that were and are in the place. So if you take some other from other side, you must to have the evidence of this pass through from one side to other. Even the human, the theory of the human that came from Asia to America is a theory. It's not.
Millones de años de evolución.
There are millions of years of evolution. We must take in account the changes of the evolution, what the animal had to do to survive, and how, for example, they eat the three sloths. They eat leaves. They eat leaves. Well, this one do this too, and they have teeth. They have teeth, but these teeth are not are not able to eat meat. They're not able. They're edentatas. That means without teeth, but didn't mean that have no teeth. They have teeth, but not for meat.
Right.
Yeah, not carnivorous. Not carnivorous. They're not carnivorous.
Omnívoros.
So they must to do something for evolution to survive. The first thing in the nature is survive. Is to evolve a that can eat anything. O sea, le hablo del tema de la evolución, de cómo tienen que sobrevivir y de qué manera ellos son folívoros, pero cómo se adaptan para comer otras cosas, ¿no?
Claro, necesita una dieta neutral. Decirle que,
claro.
Decirle a Tex que él pedía algo para los buscadores, que dejen de poner crema de maní.
¿Cómo
que
se dice
crema de maní? Porque no es un primate.
Jorge,
no sé,
say to you, Tex, that say to the other researchers in USA, don't put anymore not, ¿cómo es que se llama la crema de maní? Para. A ver.
Not.
A ver. Peanut butter. Peanut butter,
okay.
Don't put animal peanut butter because they are not hominids. No. This is not sufficient. No.
En invierno pueden poner una gallina, un chancho, en invierno. Igual que acá, ¿no?
It's better if you put an animal. You put an animal and this is a good
offering.
Nada, ¿no? una trampa.
Yeah,
Pero hay
it's
que
wrong.
insistir, todos los grupos tienen que insistir con las cámaras trampa, o cámaras trampas
All the
monitoreadas.
groups must to continue patching the Trump camps. This will give us something.
Monitoreadas.
Eso nos va a dar algo.
So, would it be better if we're using meat for bait?
Meat, yes.
It's better to
Es
use a
mejor
live animal and stake him out, or an already
o un animal
dead animal.
vivo o cómo, de qué manera. Ahí está hablando de las presas que hay que ponerle para cazarlo.
Convenientemente vivo. Convenientemente
Yeah.
vivo.
Better if it's alive.
Amarrado, sí.
Yeah. It's cruel, but it's alive. It's the only way. Must be alive.
Okay.
Because this animal didn't eat it. He first stab and then suck. In the moment that you are alive, you are not dying. You are alive and dying because of it. This is the way they do that. It's horrible, but it's real.
So how many mutilations are you finding over there compared to the US? Do you know?
¿Cuántas? No sé si sabemos exactamente cuántas mutilaciones pueden haber compatibles con las de Estados Unidos acá. Here in Sudamérica, do you say?
A través del tiempo son miles los casos. ¿Animales o personas?
There are, I think there are millions, no thousands, millions of mutilations. Millions. Because there are in the jungles, forests, etc., in the wildlife, animals killed like this, on this way, that we never know. Birds, every mammal, every animal, it makes no difference for them.
Pueden ver en nuestra página, en los casos sudamericanos, nuestra página de animales mutilados.
You can see on our page of in Facebook, we got a page that called Animales Mutilados, the animals, Animales Mutilados in Spanish, on Facebook, and you see every day we got some case in somewhere in America. Only America. We are talking only about America, not all over the world.
All right, okay.
It's only in America. The cases
out
of America is other thing. Another thing.
Comentarle que había sido invitado para el Finding Bigfoot hace unos años, y porque yo sugería un área más reciente y la producción no aceptó. Decirle que la producción no aceptó.
He said that he was combined with.
Fue el primer capítulo sudamericano.
The group of Finding Bigfoot. He was combined to be in a program from Brazil, in the Amazonas, that they do, but because of a difference in the thinking about the area, that must to research, they took out, stay out, be quiet.
That's a shame, because no matter if you agree with him or not,
claro, es una
as
lástima,
a researcher,
porque si estás de acuerdo o no, claro.
As a researcher, you should be open-minded enough to include
claro, abrir la mente.
Yeah,
I coincide. Yeah, it's like you do it. dice que sí, que lo importante es saber la verdad, la realidad. We must know the reality. This is the
Y que recientemente, le dijiste que recientemente estuvimos en Inexplicable y no pasaron nada.
The people from Inexplicable,
Latinoamérica.
no sé cómo se dice en inglés, Inexplicable Latinoamérica. Do you see them with William Shatner? Unexplainable.
Yeah, the Unexplained with William Shatner.
Ahí lo dijo bien el hombre.
William Shatner, yeah. This group make a new program from Latin America and
Versión Latinoamérica.
invited us to do some video, and we do it here in Mar del Plata, in the Science Museum, en el Museo de Ciencias Naturales, Natural Science Museum. We do it, but they took only 5 seconds, fueron 5 segundos, 5 seconds en un, ¿cómo llamarlo? In a context that nothing at all, nothing to do. It was really different. Took out all the reason of the video. No. That's because this is the convenience of the channel. The channel need to vender, necesita vender. Se me fue la palabra vender.
Vender. ¿Cómo es?
Yeah, it's unfortunate they will edit it and make.
They need to sell
take it out of context.
Some product, and they are talking about things that are more fantastic and esoterics.
Okay.
You know. That's what pays.
Can I let me just ask you quickly before I lose this question? Yes. Do you know anything about the Usumar? Ucumar.
Ucumar. El Ucumar. Yeah, we know it.
What is it?
That's another name of this animal. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's another.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ellie, for that.
¿Podemos explicar algo ahí del Ucumar?
A ver, dale. Sí. He wants to explain something about the Ucumar.
Yeah, please.
Hasta conocemos hasta biólogos que confunden el Ucumar con el ojo, con el oso de anteojos o oso andino.
¿Cómo es que es? With the Andean bear. They confuse the Ucumar with the Andean bear. That is a bear
Sudamérica tiene una sola especie de oso.
Bolivia and Peru, not in Argentina. But here in Argentina, there are some biologists that they're searching for evidence and confuse these encounters of the Ucumar. The Ucumar is so called también, ¿cómo lo llaman acá el Ucumar?
Oso de anteojos, oso andino.
Es el pie grande de Argentina, the Bigfoot of Argentina. They say, they call the Bigfoot of Argentina.
Okay, all right, okay.
The Ucumar. He's called it too. See, yes, here there are a lot of testimonies about the existence, and the people really impressive because
of muy recientes.
Animals mutilated, disappearances.
Testimonios muy recientes.
De todo. And really recently was a man in a farm I listened to, and was really afraid of the experience that had. And he said it was like a theater. It was not like a bird. It was like a theater in 2 legs.
Oh, an anteater.
Stuck
Okay.
in 2 legs. Like a theater. He said this. Él dijo que era parecido a los hormigueros, el hombre ese que dio el testimonio de Lucumar. ¿Te acordás, Jorge?
Sí, también.
That's because of the hair and the colors. So there are many testimonies of this. Here in Argentina, we have people that saw them doing what they do when mutilate, but these people is taken like crazy, only because you can understand what they're saying. You don't believe. And here is not a thing to believe, it's a thing to know.
Okay, yeah, the
Claro que no
difference.
es lo importante creer, sino lo importante, claro, saber. The difference.
Y tratamos, como siempre, de llegar a una evidencia, es el objetivo.
Yeah, claro. We try to get to an evidence. We are trying to do it. We are trying to do it. And we must do it. And we must do it. Yeah, with some time. Yeah.
I was just trying to find that group on Facebook, but I can put a link in later for that. So I think we strayed a little bit. Yeah. Let's go back to your brother's encounter, or what he's witnessed. His description of stuff is really interesting.
A ver, dice que le describas cómo fue tu encuentro con ese animal, porque no debe haber leído el libro.
Bueno, lo de la historia del Amazonas, ¿quieres saber?
Sí, about the Amazonas, ya.
Bueno, fue más de un encuentro, pero el inicial fue el más sorpresivo. A ver cómo lo podemos explicar. Yo trabajaba
It was more than one encounter,
del Amazonas.
But the first one was really impressive. Yeah, it happened in a place no longer from Manaus in Brazil.
Okay.
No longer, 10 kilometers, no, 10 kilometers, 10 kilometers.
20 por ahí más o menos.
Dale.
Y bueno, yo estaba armado porque la dueña me había dado una escopeta para controlar los gatos salvajes.
He had a gun because he was working in a farm, in a chicken farm, and he had a gun that gave the owner of the farm for control to the, ¿cómo decir? Wild cats. There were some wild cats. There are cats, but in the wild, more bigger. There are cats, and they was doing things with the chicken, the kitchens, not chickens.
Era una granja chickens. De pollo, de claro.
Yeah, it was a chicken farm.
Okay.
Entonces, bueno, y esas noches empezamos a sentir unos aullidos de una especie desconocida, una vocalización desconocida.
Some nights, he and the other workers of the place began to listen to some noise that came from outside of the farm that passed the road, the interamazonic road, interamazonic. Y
bueno, hasta que lo esperé una noche y
and he decided to wait in the wire fence. He decided to wait for the animal to get through.
Y estaba a unos 8 metros y cuando
he was almost 8 meters longer.
Venía caminando en 2 patas.
Sí.
Venía caminando en 2 patas.
And the animal was walking on 2 legs.
Y era cuerpo de gorila con cabeza de un perro.
It was an animal with a gorilla-like body and with dog-like face.
Señalale la imagen que tenés atrás, así. La imagen que tenés ahí.
Like this.
Como está
you
ahí.
see him, he had a face just like a dog, not exactly, but like a dog. But the body was like a gorilla. And he was walking on two legs. And he walked not on right. He walked rare, strange. That's because of the claws that have in the feet.
Yeah.
Le digo que es por las garras que tienen los pies.
Claro, 1,60 m, 1,70 m, más no tenía.
He was 1 meter, para decirlo en foot, ¿cuántos pies serían?
¿Pies?
7 pies. 7 foot. 1 meter and 60. For you know, he was of this tall.
El primero menos.
He was a young one. He wasn't a big one.
Al que le disparé, estamos hablando de 33 centímetros por 3 por 4, 12, 3 por 5, 15, 3 por 6, 18. Vamos a ponerle 6 pies, como mucho, que estamos más, un poquito menos.
6 foot.
Al que le
Between
disparé.
6 and 7 foot. Taller.
Al que le disparé.
Yeah. This one.
Es herido, pero el animal se levanta y sale galopando.
The animal
y sale galopando en 4 patas.
The animal fall and get up again and go running to the other side of the road in 4 legs, not in 2, in 4 legs, and crouch between the trees, scratch, all the noises that he do strongly, and stop. Fall. Dale.
Unas horas después nos fuimos a dormir, conversamos ahí.
Time later, when go to bed,
y en la noche se escuchaba ya como un rugido. Pareció un león rugiendo furioso.
They began to listen. It was like a roar, extremely strong roar from the orphans. So he opened the door and saw another one, and this one was almost 3 meters tall.
Wow.
Pies, podemos decirle, casi 10 pies, ¿no?
Almost 10 foot.
Wow.
Feet.
Ese tenía 3 metros. Obviamente quedé sorprendido.
Really impressed.
He
was surprised. And this is gunshot can do anything to this one because the gun was a little one, 20. Calibre 20.
El arma no era, claro, no era un arma potente.
It was little. It was not. 20. It had not the power.
Yeah. So I must have been terrified seeing something that big.
Dice que debías estar aterrorizado de ver algo así, tan grande.
No, porque ya había visto al otro y esto era así más grande, pero
was not terrified because was looked to the other. So yes, impressive the size,
el tamaño. Desconcertado que no tenía idea qué especie era en ese momento.
He had no clue about what was this, what animal is this. That was the question in his head. He was seeing something that never had seen. Que estabas viendo algo que nunca habías visto.
Claro, por eso, de acuerdo a la mente, hay testigos que creen ver casi un gorila, digamos. Por eso entiendo otros testigos.
That's because some testimonies say saw a gorilla.
Yeah.
For example.
And this is what started your brother's fascination, I guess, in finding out what this creature is. Is this how it all started?
Yes, ahí empezó. That was the beginning of all the search.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really. Dice que ese es justamente el principio de toda esta investigación, ¿no? De la fascinación que produce. Que a ellos también les produce mucho.
Claro, porque yo era escéptico en esos años. Tenía 24 años y era escéptico.
He has 24 years old. He was 24 years old, and he was eccentric. He didn't believe in this and in this existence. Didn't know about this anything.
Sí, no creía nada de eso.
No.
Entonces, bueno, ahí años después, cuando volvimos, comenzamos
Some years later,
a ver
when
que
he
había
came
biólogos.
back to Argentina, he began
el biólogo
the research
del Biore
and not a biologist that
americano, que es americano y que
searching was doing some search on the Amazonas. ¿Qué año fue? What year?
You're frozen a little bit, but I think you.
A ver, te perdí. Yeah, I lost him.
It's okay.
Te perdimos.
Después, ¿me escuchás? ¿Me escuchás? ¿Me estás escuchando?
Sí, te escucho.
Bueno, después, bueno, investigando, nos dimos cuenta que también un paleontólogo argentino, Florentino Meguino, sostenía la existencia de estos animales 100 años antes.
From the past of Argentina, Florentino Meguino, he say and has a theory that some of these animals can remain on the Argentina place, not another. He said about Argentina because of the testimonies of the originary people from the Patagonia, La Patagonia.
Okay. Right. So
he and his brother do a research really important. He was a paleontologist and joined a lot of fossils here in Argentina. He was really famous, Florentino Meguino.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's what we lack here.
The ground sloth is still alive.
Right. So what's the last bit of evidence? When did they get the last bit of evidence to prove that the giant sloth is still alive? I mean, are they still finding
¿Dónde
things
podemos
now?
encontrar la evidencia, la última evidencia como para...
Bueno, hablando, ¿dónde podemos encontrar la última evidencia? A ver, ¿cómo sería la pregunta?
A mí me parece que la del caso de Elías es importante también nombrarla.
Bueno, ahí quedó una guerra clavada que en algún momento estuvimos buscándola. El asunto es que aparezca. La evidencia que nosotros vamos a mostrar.
Here in Argentina, in a state of Argentina called Entre Ríos, there are some little town called Colonia Elía. And there, in the year of, ¿fue en 2004?
2004.
I guess was 2004. The year 2004.
2004.
A case that was called as the attack of the lobizón. Here in Argentina, we talk about the lobizón. It's a legend. It's like the werewolf. It's the same, the werewolf.
Okay.
And in this case, a guy shot on the animal, and the animal ran away, and then it's run in a tree, en el tronco. Me pierdo.
In the trunk, yeah, the tree.
In the trunk of the tree, stay a claw. Clavada.
Sí.
And this claw,
en el tronco.
supposedly, is in the. See, this claw supposedly is in the police, and with the forensic police.
Right.
Of
Okay.
Argentina, of this state, and this difficult, and because of legal stuffs, and so, yeah. But we are trying to find. This is a really good evidence. We spoke with the boys, and they got the claw in the hand, and they say how was the claw, and who lives this with the police, and so it's complicated to find. So well,
después estas especies, estos perezosos terrestres, casi todo, el 80% han sido encontrados en cuevas o lugares lacustres, o sea, o en agua, o en ríos, lagos. Entonces,
the 18% of this ground sloth was found in caves or in places of water, in lakes, in some places like this.
Okay.
Entonces, mueren también en la búsqueda.
They die too. Yeah.
En algún momento va a aparecer algún cadáver.
And in some moment is gonna to appear some carcass of them.
Hopefully.
More recently.
Yeah.
Claro,
so
y ahí va a ser...
they got a lot of a long life underground, and that's I think is because of the trying to survive in the past, because of the weather in the times of the ice. For example, they get in the caves and in the underground, and they modify some of the chemical that they had, because there in these attacks that they do is a chemical weapon that do the animals stay, don't move. The animals don't move.
Okay.
Don't fight.
No.
When they are mutilated.
Oh, so like they're injecting them.
Right. So they have some kind of poison that paralyzes the animal.
Yeah, it's a chemical weapon. Yeah. Yeah.
Indudablemente la expansión humana va a ser el choque con esta especie. Sí o sí, como con
the human expansion all over the ground, the places, will be the shock with this species. Inexorable.
What does your brother think about the intelligence of the animal?
¿Qué te parece la inteligencia del animal?
Bueno,
¿Qué impresión te
es
merece?
muy interesante la pregunta.
It's really
Esto es
interesting.
así. Cuando los primeros humanos llegaron a América, ya había una
And the
especie
first
en
human
evolución.
came to America, it was a species on evolution. And this was the one, the ground
Con una
sloth.
inteligencia por encima del promedio de las especies. Por encima del promedio de las
They
especies,
were
más arriba el humano. Punto.
upstairs of the nivel, the level of the other species. They was up in intelligence, level of intelligence. Todo, nos bloqueamos todo.
Y
We are stopped.
el humano,
You
el humano con una inteligencia superior hizo que siendo dominante, tuviese que ocultarse.
Claro.
So
when the human came, he do that these animals got to recover too because of his intelligence.
So what led him to first go down the road of a ground sloth instead of a primate?
¿Qué es lo que llevó primero a que buscaras más en los ground sloths, en estos animales y no en los primates? The experience that he had.
Bueno, la
experiencia
es fundamental.
This is fundamental.
Hacerme aficionado a la paleontología.
And being aficionated to the paleontology.
Del cuaternario, ¿no? Los últimos años.
From the quaternary.
Más reciente.
Yeah. The most recently researches.
Y ahí conoces todas las especies con las probabilidades.
So you can know all the species that can be able to do this, to survive and to came to our times.
Does he think that there's any more species that have survived over that time?
Piensa que hay más especies que pueden llegar a haber sobrevivido, otras especies, además de esta.
Indudablemente. En el Amazonas seguro.
In Amazonas, sure.
seguro.
No doubt. Yeah, that's because he saw something really strange in the Amazon.
Y otro. Sí. Es infinito las posibilidades en el Amazonas.
There are so many possibilities.
Right.
So don't I know if you know about the year 2018 in Altai is Russia, China, Kazakhstan, the border, and there are place where was found in this year the Ossosailuchen. The Ossosailuchen, the bears, Sailuchen bear. Sailuchen bear was a legend from this side. And the site, and so in the year of 2008, filmed and photographed this animal. It's a blonde bear. It's a blonde bear.
Blonde bear.
You can see that. Google Sailuchen bear, Sailuchen. Y hablé del oso de Sailuchen, que en el 2018. And it's a big bear. It's not a little one. Because some scientists say, yeah, we can find some life new life, but it must be little. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. They can be really big.
Well, it's like
With
the
that
hybrid
trust,
bear,
with that trust.
like the hybrid
Claro,
bear of Nepal.
sure. Claro,
O sea,
claro, tal cual.
eh,
So,
ellos entienden claramente que la idea de que si Dogman fuese una especie, el Wolfman otra especie, Sasquatch otra especie, etcétera, etcétera, tendríamos que tener esqueletos de alguno, ¿cierto?
claro, seríamos,
De tantas especies
claro.
diferentes.
He say that if you understand that Wolfman and Dogman and Sasquatch and all the names that you have, and you must to take the rest of all this, if they were different kind, how much species we got here in the past and now? No, it's not possible. They must be the same species with the difference of subspecies.
Different breeds.
Like the dogs, like the cows, like the horses. They're different. The same species, but different subspecies.
It's interesting. Let me just ask this question
The
before I
only
go.
answer.
I've got this from Seven Pearls. Hi, Seven
Quería
Pearls.
hacer una pregunta.
Have you spoken to any native elders? What do they have to say? And gracias for sharing with us.
De nada. Dice si has hablado con algunos nativos y qué tienen para decir los nativos. Y que muchas gracias por compartir esto.
Si he hablado con qué?
Con nativos. Con nativos,
No,
con indígenas.
Sí. Sí.
Nativos, indígenas, originarios. Yeah, he do.
Sí, he hablado. Por lo menos estuve en una, dos, tres aldeas de caritianas. Los otros, ahora no me acuerdo los nombres de los otros, pero que más contacto tuve con los caritianas, ya que es
He
el
had
estado de
contact
Rondonia.
sometimes with at least 3 tribes on the Amazonas, and he talked
testigos directos.
Testigos, sí. He had the right testimonies from them.
Directos. Sí, testimonios directos.
Witnesses. Witnesses. And they say the same. They were impressed. Some people cry. Some people, when you talk with them, some people don't know how to say, and they are really, ¿cómo se dice? Afraid of what happened to them. They didn't know. They can't imagine what was this. It's impressive. It's a total surprise because you didn't know in this moment, this experience, you didn't know.
Conocí incluso nativos que no quisieron vivir más en la aldea.
And he knows even native that didn't want to live anymore in the jungle, in the rainforest anymore. They live.
Wow.
Yes. Sí. That's the level of impression that the people have when saw this. Because this make you really unsure. You feel not sure beside them. No, you know that they are really powerful at your side. O sea, le digo que tienen muchas capacidades, que vos te sentís atemorizado cuando los ves. La impresión que produce. Yeah, it's really
Sí, no,
impressive.
no. Sí. Hemos tenido discusiones con cazadores de 50 años de cazador que porque nunca los vieron creen que era un mito.
He said that these queues with hunters, and because they didn't see this, they think that they didn't exist even. O sea, hay
Quien no
de
los
todo.
ve,
It's almost
sí.
there are people that is in the forest and didn't see, and there are people that is in the forest and see
And they
every
saw
day.
it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, where can people contact you and your brother on? Is Facebook the best place?
Dice cuál es tu lugar de Facebook donde te puede contactar la gente. Si es el de Facebook o dónde.
Y Luis Jorge Salinas o Animales Mutilados, cualquier, más que nada Luis Jorge Salinas. Luis Jorge
He's
Salinas.
in Facebook.
In
Luis
Facebook.
Jorge Salinas
Sí.
in Facebook or Animales Mutilados.
Okay.
Mutilated animals.
Yeah. Well, you send me those links if you will, Sergio, and I can put them in the description.
I will send.
Because if people want to know a little bit more, I know your brother has links to his blog and various other sites that he's got where they can find more information. We'll take a few more questions.
Yeah, okay.
And then
Sure.
I think
We
we need
need more information too.
yeah, but I think we need to do a part 2 as well. I think we need to digest today's show.
Okay.
And
Yes, dice que nosotros tendremos que hacer una segunda parte también, sí. Yeah, it's really good.
And we can
that's
continue.
because we are working on and we are doing some things that will be really good to show you.
Okay.
The experiments that we are doing.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I know it's taking a little bit longer tonight.
There are chemical and some things rare. Yes, it's good.
Okay, sounds exciting.
Will be good.
I think tonight with the translation, it's taking a little bit longer, which is fine. But I think we need to do, like I say, come back again and we can explore this a little bit more because I know your brother's done a lot of research. He's got his opinions and it, based on what he's done, and he seems to be doing it the right way. I know some people will disagree. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's fascinating to talk about.
Yes.
But let's take a few more questions.
Claro, ella dice,
I'll let you tell your brother.
Dale. Dice que quiere hacerte un par de preguntas más, que hay mucha gente que puede estar de desacuerdo y demás, pero que está bueno. A ver, otra pregunta.
I'll put this up from Joey. For Sergio, do you think the dogmen are a type of government project, super soldier, or natural?
No, no, it's not a super soldier. Dogman is one of these animals. It's another subspecies.
Natural.
The subspecies.
Yes, it seems really fantastic. What the witnesses spoke about, the jump that they do, everything about the dogman, the werewolf, and all the names that you know. It seems like fantastic, but it's possible for an animal to do this, and is doing this. It must have some muscle force, biomechanical. They need some things, specific things that can do. And this animal have all this. This animal have all this. It seems like a movie.
Yeah, you hear that? I think it'd be interesting to get into the encounters a bit more. Maybe we can get some people with their experiences as well to come on, and we can discuss why people are seeing what they're seeing, and
Dice
what
para
the
buscar otra
evidence
gente con
that
otras
you're collecting,
experiencias también. Yeah,
because
will
I
be
think there's
great.
more out
Yes,
there.
yes.
I think
Sería
there's a
bueno.
lot more out there, and I know there's a lot of people in chat who
Okay.
could share some information with you that you'd be interested in, that might change your mind
Yeah.
about things.
Bueno,
I don't
para
know.
compartir información y demás. Sí. Sí. Will
I
be
think
great. We
it'll be
are
good.
open to everyone. No problem. We got
That's
no problem.
great. Well, I really appreciate you coming on tonight. I know it's been very different, and I appreciate everyone who's stood by us tonight and stayed and listened. And I'm going to try and do a kind of summary of what happened, what the chat was about tonight, and just and then for the next show, we should all be on the same track. But if anyone's interested in, I don't know if you're picking up on what I'm saying, that these guys have got a definite idea of what they believe in and what based on the evidence and research that they've done. We seem to know a little bit different. People in the chat think a little bit different. Let's see if we can get together and find out what's going on and compare notes and stuff like that. If anyone's interested, get in touch with me, and we'll organise something. But guys, I appreciate you. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. Tex, thanks for coming on tonight and co-hosting with me.
I appreciate you having me, guys.
Agradece mucho.
It was really great meeting you, and you got some great theories. I don't agree with all of them, but I'm not saying that yours is wrong, but I think we may be experiencing a lot more. I think there's more out there than what we're discussing tonight, for sure. And that's just by my experience.
Yeah, it's okay. It's good.
It's how we
really
learn.
Good. Yeah.
This is how we learn.
Yeah. All we learn about this. Dice que le gusta, que está bueno que compartamos y demás, porque así todos aprendemos también un poco.
Claro, buscamos la verdad.
We are searching for the truth. This is important.
Definitely.
Definitivamente.
I think Daniela froze up.
Froze up. Se congeló Daniela.
Yeah, I was waiting for her to say something. Well, she'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'll be back. But it was really an honor to hear, and a lot of respect.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
A lot of respect to
I'm sorry.
Jorge.
Sorry about that. My internet just went.
Dice que tiene mucho respeto, que fue un honor escucharlo. Thank you very much.
A lot of respect.
It was a pleasure to talk with you.
Yeah, thank
but
you.
It's really great to see Jorge.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. All this work.
Yeah, guys, don't go anywhere.
Same.
Thanks to everyone in the chat.
Me too. The same for you.
I'll be back here tomorrow night with Anything Goes with Jason. Also be over on Bigfoot Odyssey for Sunday Encounters. Yeah, until the next time, everyone. Thanks again and take care.